Hello and welcome to Learning Python. The plan for today, what we are going to get done, we are going to have a list with all different prices. We're going to say it's prices for a house. We're then going to define a function. So underneath that, we are going to put in the maximum value we want to search for. And then finally at the bottom, we are going to print out all the houses within the price range. So first of all, we're going to have all our prices. And we are going to have it in our list. So we'll have... And let's say we have some really cheap houses, so say we have some at 70, we might have some at 85, we'll have one that's 250, 300, we'll put one 150, and let's go on for 200. Okay, so there we have just 6 houses, and that's the price that we have available. What we want to do now is we want to let the user input the maximum value they want to search for, and then we want to print out all the houses that are available. Or if they enter a value, for example, of £60,000, none of these here are 60,000, so we want to print off there are no houses available. So we're going to define, and we'll call it a value search. So as we said, we want the user to input the maximum value, so we're going to do max value equals, now we want the user to input the price, so we're going to go int. Remember, for integer we want to do a whole number. Input, please enter the max value to search. So what we're doing here is we're asking the user to input an integer number, the maximum value they want to search for. So we've got the maximum value, we need to see what is available. So available price, we'll go there, equals, now we're going to do an empty list here, and anytime there's a house available, we are going to insert it into here. So that's why we're doing our empty list just here. So we can say for value and price, what we're going to do, if the value is less than or equal to the maximum value. So for value and price, essentially for each individual item, and our price up the top for all of those individual ones just there, if the value is less than or equal to the maximum value that the user printed in, we want it to do, what do we have? We'll have available price, and we want to append the value. Yep, so what we are doing just now is we are saying for each individual value, so every value we have in here, and price, if the value, so for if 70,000, if 85,000, 250,000 is less than or equal to the maximum value, we are going to insert it into here. And then we'll go underneath that. If available price, we want to print a message to the scene. So we're going to say print, where we say what house is available, so we're going to say house is available. And what we'll say, we'll just put in the total houses that are available. So obviously we don't have a street name and stuff, we're just going to say essentially the numbers that are available. However, if for example the user inputs a value of £50,000, there are no values available, so we just want to print off an error message. We'll go to else, print, no available prices. Okay, so if we run this, there's one thing we're missing, see if you can see it. Project finish exit code 0. We have done everything we need there. Why is it not running? We haven't called the function. So what we want to do is, we've defined the function, but we haven't actually called it. So we're going to do value search, price. So now when we run the code, please enter maximum value to search. So I'm going to put in 160, and that's going to say we have 70, 85, and 150. I'm then going to make sure I can do one to print them all off. So if I do 300, it should print off absolutely everything. And then if I do one for 50, no available prices. So just make sure when you do your code, you check that absolutely everything works. So just a quick recap on this. we have a list here with all of the prices that we want to search are available. We then define a function, so we named it value search. The user input the maximum value, so we ask the user, please enter the maximum value to search. We then said for available price, we made an empty list, and we said for each value, so that was each of them was up here, 70,000, 85,250 in price. If the value, so if each one of these was less than or equal to what the user wants to search for, we're going to append it right into here. Then we're going to say if there is an available price, so if there's a value in here, we'll print it off the screen. Else, if there's nothing available, we want to print off that there's no available prices. That was us defining the function here. And then finally, last thing we have to do is call the function. Have a play about this and see if there's anything else you can add. For example, we put the maximum value. See if you can get a minimum value for the user to input and get the code to run as well.